Hi everyone. Today we're going to study how to solve a radical equation. First, let us define radical equation. An equation in which a variable is in the radicand of a radical expression is called a radical equation. How to solve a radical equation? There are three steps that we will follow. The step 1 is isolate the radical on one side of the equation. Step 2, raise both sides of the equation to the power of the index. And step 3, solve the new equation. Let us have example 1. Solve this equation. The square root of the quantity 5x minus 4 and then minus 9 equals 0. In step 1, it says, let us isolate the radical on one side of the equation. So let us isolate this big radical. We want this negative 9 to be deleted. So what we'll do is to add 9 to both sides of the equation. So we can cancel the negative 9 and the positive 9 on this left side. And on the right side, 0 plus 9 will only be 0. So on the left side, the radical is now isolated. We'll go to the step 2. Raise both sides of the equation to the power of the index. In our radical, our index here is 2. So we are going to raise both sides of the equation by 2. We can now cancel the radical and the power 2 here. The 5x minus 4 will be simplified. And on the right side, the 9 square is equal to 81. From here, we'll go to the step 3. Solve the new equation. We're going to solve for x. We're going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. On the left side, the negative 4 will be cancelled out. And on the right side, the plus 4 will be reflected. Now we have 5x equals 85. And we want to get the value of x. Let us divide both sides by 5. So then we can now cancel the 5 and the 5. The x will come down here. And the 85 divided by 5 is 17. So this is our final answer. Let's have example 2. Solve the equation, the cube root of the quantity 5x plus 1, then plus 8 equals 4. Let's have the step 1 to isolate the radical on one side. So we have a big radical here, and then plus 8. We want this positive 8 to be out, so we're going to add negative 8 to both sides. In effect, the positive 8 on the left side of the equation will be deleted, and on the right side, the negative 8 is reflected. So let us simplify this into negative 4. Now we are able to isolate our big radical on the left side. We'll go now to our step 2 to raise both sides of the equation to the power of the index. Our index here is 3. So we're going to raise both sides by a power of 3. Then cancel the big radical sign along with that power 3. Only the 5x plus 1 comes down here. And on the right side, the negative 4 cubed is simplified into negative 64. So we're going to solve for the new equation, solving for x now. The positive 1, we're going to transpose on the other side. So the negative 1 is there. Or we say we add negative 1 to both sides. On the left side, the positive 1 here cancels out. On the right side, the negative 1 is reflected. Then we simplify this negative 64 minus 1. We have this negative 65. And then we're going to divide both sides by 5 so that we will isolate the x. So when we cancel the 5 and the 5 on the left side, only x comes down. Then the negative 65 divided by 5 is negative 13. So this is our final answer. So let us go to example 3. Solve the equation. Step 1. Isolate the radical on one side of the equation. In here, the radical is isolated already, so we will jump into the step 2. We're going to raise both sides of the equation to the power of the index. The index here is 4, so we're going to raise both sides of the equation by power 4. So the fourth root of the quantity 5x minus 4 is now raised to 4, and on the right side the 1 is raised to 4. And then on the left side we can cancel now the big radical sign along with that exponent 4. The radicand 5x minus 4 comes down here. On the right side, the 1 raised to 4 is equal to 1. Then we will go to step 3 to solve the new equation. Means we're going to solve for x. The negative 4 should be cancelled out by adding 4 to both sides. So adding 4 on the left side will cancel the negative 4. On the right side, when we add 4, it will be reflected here. So 1 plus 4. And then simplifying the 1 plus 4, we'll have the 5. And then we're going to divide the equation by the coefficient of x, which is 5. So 5x over 5 is equal to 5 over 5. So we cancel this 5 and 5. Only x will come down here. On the right side, 5 divided by 5 equals 1. So this is our final answer. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.